Okay, so for today's video, we are going to look at Mappa Mare. Yes, I am using the Fox again today, getting ready for the live stream, getting ready for some other stuff. It'd be easier to just not use the camera and have a quick video done, right? So in this video, we're going to look at this weapon, what it does, and who it can be good for. So let's look at its stats real quick. Elemental Mastery, this is at level 40, it's 62. It doesn't get up as much EM as like Magic Guide, like we did a couple videos ago, but it still gives some EM. Its passive, triggering an elemental reaction, grants 8% elemental damage bonus for 10 seconds, max of 2 stacks. So you can, just triggering an elemental reaction will give you another 16% elemental damage, and that'll be across the board. And we're gonna actually look at that. So we're gonna show this weapon in action. We are going to be using Heizou as our demonstrator. So Heizou has right now a 27% animo damage bonus. We caused a swirl there, so we're gonna check it again. I notice he has 8% on everything, 35% on animo damage bonus. If we cause another swirl, now it's 16% on everything and 43 on animo damage bonus. This Heizou right now is built for EM. So as you can see, this weapon does give that 16%. This is at R1. Because this weapon is craftable, it's actually not too difficult to get up to R5, which would give a 32%, I believe, a 32% with both stacks, elemental damage bonus, which can be really, really good. So we're going to talk about who else this weapon can be good on. First, we are going to finish talking about Heizou, though. Now, with this being a Heizou swirl build, you do need to make sure that you have a lot of elemental reactions going on, so that way we can always have this damage bonus. So that way we are using the EM that we have him built for the swirl damage, as well as the VV, allowing like Farina and Benny to do more damage as well. So this could actually be a really, really good option for swirl Heizou because it gives you EM, it also gives you animo damage bonus, and it's going to work in a team. You just have to make sure that you have a lot of elements present for him to swirl, so that way you can keep that passive up. And just like Heizou, if you did just get Wanderer and you're looking for a good weapon for Wanderer, this can be good for him if you don't have something better. Specifically, again, swirl damage Wanderer versus something like strictly hyper carry animo damage Wanderer. Now next we're going to look at a character like Ningguang. Now I don't necessarily think this is a good weapon for Ningguang, but I did want to show an example of a character that you might think it's good for, but it's, in my opinion, not really that good for. So on a character like Ningguang that is Geo, EM is only going to strengthen the shield that you get from your crystallized reactions. It's not going to really increase damage. It's not going to do much else. It is strictly going to be dealing damage or increasing what you get from your shield, right? It's not going to be doing too much as far as helping her with damage, whereas something that is crit rate or crit damage would be doing a better option up. Now you can see that she is taking a lot of damage with these crystallized shields, but that's kind of it. It would be decent for a support Ningguang. It is going to be good for that elemental geo damage bonus, but that's again kind of it, right? We don't get much more out of it than if we were to be using something with crit rate or crit damage, something like Solar Pearl, which I've used on Ningguang a lot. Next, we are going to talk about somebody like Sucrose and Yae Miko, which we actually talked about kind of in the last video too, at the same time. So this weapon can be good on a character like Sucrose because of the EM and because you get, of course, you know, Sucrose's EM sharing. However, she can make use of the extra damage bonus, but because that's not shared, it's not as good. Honestly, just doing something like Magic Guide is going to be better for a character like Sucrose because it does give off higher EM. Now, a character like Yae Miko can definitely make use of it because she would like the extra electro damage bonus. She's going to like the EM. She'll be able to make use of the whole package versus Sucrose that would only really be able to make use of the EM, not so much anything else. But a character like Yae Miko in something like a Quick Bloom team or a Quicken team, having that EM can be really, really good for Yae Miko, especially if you don't have a better weapon. If you don't have something that gets up crit damage or crit rate, then using Mappa Mare is actually going to be a really, really good weapon for her. Now last, we're going to talk about Klee and Mona. Now Klee can make use of it very, very good in something like an Overvape team. Klee can make very, very good use out of it. More so than Mona, in my opinion. With doing vaporize or melts or something like that, having that EM is going to be good. Allowing Klee to get extra pyro damage is also going to be very, very good. Now, a character like Mona can use it if you want damage Mona, which, I mean, typically she is more of a support role than anything else. But if you really did want to do like damage Mona, then it can be a pretty good option for her as well. You would have to kind of let her get some vapes, let her get some stuff, but if you wanted to do damage Mona, it can definitely be a good one for her instead of something like Thrilling Tales, which is her like go-to support catalyst. And that is going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, do be sure to leave it down in the comments. Myself or someone else can answer it. I will see you in the next one. And everybody remember that I am doing that 24-hour live stream starting 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 30th. Remember that. Stop by. It'll be on TikTok and YouTube. I will see you there.